Alright, today we're going to talk about forecasting and picking our classes for next year, sophomores to be class of 2019. You should have one of these forms right in front of you right here. This is a forecasting form. You should have one of those. You can get them on our website. You can also get them from your counselor, but you should have one in front of you if you're doing this in Falcon Formation right now. We're going to be choosing classes, so when we come back on March 28th after spring break. Choose wisely. Alright, before you choose classes, we want to make sure you're talking to the right people. And who are the right people? Counselor, your teachers, your parents, maybe some of your friends who value their input. You need to know what classes are required. And we're going to make sure that we're asking questions. You should be asking questions. No one should leave this process without any questions. Here are your requirements for graduation from LaSalle, just to have it as a reference. So this would be a good time to pause and look at all the different requirements that you equal 24. Where are you along this path to graduation? Next year, your sophomore classes are going to look something like this. You're going to take English a whole year. You're going to take religion for a whole year. You're going to take math. This is a big question mark because everybody's situation is slightly different. So make sure that you are picking the right math class for yourself. Biology or honors biology? That is the question. If you're considering honors biology, we'll get to that in a little bit. World history, a half-year class and an elective, and then a world language or an elective, and then PE and Health 2 for all sophomores, totaling 7 credits. Alright, let's start with English. If you're interested in taking English next year, you have 2 options. Honors English, which requires an application, and you've already talked to your teacher, hopefully around that, your current English freshman teacher. Or you could take Standard English 2 next year. Science. These are your 2 options for next year, and like Honors English, Honors Biology requires an application and teacher approval. Talk to your current physics teacher to see if you are a fit for Honors Biology. Honors classes in general are going to be more rigorous and a little bit more work, and a good precursor to advanced placement classes. So have you been recommended if you want to take an honors class? Have you filled out the applications for those classes? And do you really understand the commitment and challenge that these entail? They are more work, and for good reason. Alright, World History 2 is a class that is a half-year class, so you'll either take it your first or second semester next year. I can't tell you where right now, because I just don't know. But you can also take it as a summer course, and summer classes are available right now to register online at lsprep.org. You can sign up for a summer course. If you take it in the summer, you don't have to take it next year, and it can free up a spot to take an elective. Math class. This is really where you should pay the most attention to what you're taking next year. What does your teacher say? Talk to your teacher. If your teacher and you agree upon what class you're going to be taking next year for math, you're in good shape. If you disagree, you need to go back to them and talk about why that is. At LaSalle, you need 3 years at least. Most people take 4. This is your second year, and where are you moving into right now? So you have lots of options to consider. Okay, and we have some higher level options too that are for a few of you as well. World languages. Did you know that you need at least 2 years of the same language consecutive to graduate? Spanish 1 and 2, German 1 and 2, French 1 and 2, or Chinese 1 and 2. So if you're currently enrolled in a world language, plan on taking the second part of that. If you have yet to start a world language, next year would be a great time to consider that. Religious studies. Every sophomore takes these classes, and they are Christology for a half a year and Paschal Mystery for a half a year. They're scheduled as a year-long class, and they're worth a total of 1 credit. Fine arts. You need 1.0 fine art credit to finish up your graduation requirements here at LaSalle. Maybe you've already done it. Maybe you're going to do it next year. Or maybe you want to continue taking fine arts. Mr. Casciato with the drama portions of classes here. Jazz band and concert band, Mr. Donnelly. Morning choir, concert choir, and guitar with Mr. Wild. And art foundations and art 2. Now, we have art 2 is a little bit different. This year, you can take it as a whole year or a half year upcoming for next year. So if you want to consider taking Art 2 and you've already had Art 1, look into that. Mr. Donnelly also this year is teaching the multimedia, tech media, and music technology classes, each worth a half a credit. PE is a requirement for graduation. You need 1.0 PE to graduate. Have you already taken PE? Do you want to take it next year? Do you want to continue taking it? We have lots of options here, including 0 period, including the summer class with Coach Hazel. Okay, so if you're interested in taking the summer PE, Coach Hazel, go online to lsprep.org now and check it out. Did you know that you need speech credit to graduate? So you look right here, we need a 0.5 speech cred to graduate. And here are some various options for you to get them semester-wide. Speech and debate with Mr. Dorn, multimedia web with Mr. Donnelly, journalism with Mr. Kane, and intro to comp sci with Mr. Vogie. We also have these year-long classes where half of the class could be counted towards a fine arts credit, and the other half towards a 0.5 speech comm credit, drama, choir, advanced guitar, and concert band. See Mr. Wild, Mr. Donnelly, or Mr. Casciato for questions around those. All right, our STEM offerings, science, tech, engineering, and math. We have a new offering next year. Intro to Comp Sci 2 is followed by Comp Sci 2, Gaming Design and Development for half credit. So if you were in Intro to Comp Sci last year, you might be interested in taking the second portion of the STEM sequence, Comp Sci 2. Multimedia, Tech Media, and AP Computer Science are also options. See Mr. Vogie, Mr. Heineck, or Mr. Donnelly if you're interested. Yet more electives to choose from. Half year or full journalism, Mr. Kane, if you want to work on the Falcon or a newspaper. Psychology, creative writing, yearbook with Miss Banta, and an EA, an educational assistant, is also an option for those of you that want to earn a letter grade and help out in the classroom with a student or students. Great opportunity to bolster your transcript for colleges and give back to LaSalle community. Once again, here are your classes for your sophomore year. Know that you're going to be taking English, religion, math, very important that you know what the math is, science, biology or honors biology, half year history, and an elective. Are you taking world language? Probably your first or second year world language, Spanish, German, Chinese, or French. And then PE and health are probably part of your mix of the 7 credits. Remember to check out summer offerings too at lsprep.org. So what's next? Well, remember to talk to these very important people, your parents, the teachers that you have, and your counselor about what choices you might consider for next year. You're getting the info in class right now. If you missed out on it, see your counselor. You can see me, Mr. Dieso. You can go to lsprep.org academics or forecasting. When we come back from spring break on that Tuesday after Easter Monday, March 28th, we're going to begin in the computer lab with entering your choices into PowerSchool. Here's your counselors. If you have a question, you should know who they are. But again, you can go to this website here to find out more information around forecasting and the choices. Remember to ask questions. You should have some questions right now that are running through your head, and you can talk to any one of these fine people. I'll include myself in that mix. If you have questions about classes or what to take for next year, talk. You can't have too many conversations around what to take for next year. Okay, class of 2019, Falcons. Best of luck in picking classes for next year. Remember, the future starts today, not tomorrow.